Hi everyone, welcome back to Coffee, Books, and Rain. I'm Rachel with my coffee, with my books and my reviews, and we have rain today, so I am super excited to be recording on this beautifully gloomy day. I don't find rain to be gloomy. I find it to be refreshing and comforting, and I don't know, I like when it rains, so maybe I should move somewhere where it rains like all the time, and then anytime I'm recording, it's probably drizzling or something. But we are diving into a book that I realized let me start from the beginning. I requested a book on NetGalley called The Garden of Before. Sounded really cool, so I was like, okay, let me pick that up. Well, then I go to pick up The Garden of Before, and hang on just a second. I'm going to before because I go to pick it up and I realize, oh wait, I have not read the first one because there was kind of this little caveat that says, like when I was picking it up, or I think I was starting on it, and that's what it was. I was starting on the book in my Audible, and maybe not Audible, but it might have been on my Goodreads reader. Like NetGalley has a reader that you can like read. Well, I think on the very first page it was like, okay, do not start this book if you have not read the first one. And I was like, okay, wait a minute, I hadn't read the first one. So I went on Amazon, looked it up, saw that Kindle had The Between, which is the first book of the series. And it does look like it's a duology, so that's what I'm trying to get to. So I am going to hold off on reviewing The Garden of Before so I can first give you The Between by Ryan Leslie. Now, The Between, it says it was first published April 27th of 2021. It is approximately 397 pages, and I finished the audiobook recently, and I want to say it was somewhere around 12 and a half hours or somewhere like that. But we will talk about The Garden of Before later. But yes, on the very first page, you can't see that, but on the very first page, it says, quick refresher for a summary of the events of book one, visit the between ryanleslie.com/refresher for the between. And so when I did that, it was like, please read the first one. And I was like, okay. So I went ahead and did that. So we're talking about The Between. While landscaping his backyard, ever conscientious Paul Prentice, I thought I was going to say precedent, and that wasn't right. Paul Prentice discovers an iron door buried in the soil. His childhood friend and perpetual source of mischief, Jay Lightsley, pushes them to explore what's beneath. When the door slams shut above them, Paul and Jay are trapped in a between-world place of Escher-like rooms and horror story monsters, all with mysterious connections to a command line dungeon explorer computer game from the early 90s called The Between. Paul and Jay find themselves filling roles in a story that seem to play out over and over again. But in this world where their roles warp their mind, the biggest threat to survival may not be the Cosmaro, risen from the Between's depths to hunt them. The biggest danger may be each other. So this is considered horror, fantasy, fiction, sci-fi, and thriller. I'm not certain that I fully put it in a horror-esque category, but I definitely feel like the sci-fi thriller almost meets, like that, like it said, the computer game kind of, it does, what is it, command line, they call it ASCII key or something like that. I was trying to remember the terminology they used in the actual book, but I thought this was a pretty interesting book. Now, is it perfect? No. And the character of Jay, I just didn't like him. I just did not like Jay at all. And maybe I'm not supposed to. Maybe he is supposed to be kind of a butthead. But there was nothing really, like, redeeming about Jay. So just going to pause for 2 seconds to go check on little Argos.